Hello, everybody. Hello, happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, May 12th. It is almost 6 o'clock, 5:58. The sun is coming out. I'm not going to complain though. Sorry. Um, hello, and thank you for being here. I want to share an aha moment with you. I know it's late, but I wasn't in here yesterday, so I want to make sure that I get in here tonight. And that sun is definitely coming down, isn't it? All right, so the aha moment, actually, but before I get into that, if we haven't met, my name is Tanya Woods Richardson. I'm a financial strategist who works with entrepreneurs, helping them to build sound, solid, financially viable revenue models. And then layered into that is the work that I do in behavioral finance. So basically, better understanding our brain and the decisions that we're making as it pertains to our relationship with money, both in life and in business. So the aha moment today is really all about understanding emotional triggers and the gift in the emotional triggers. Emotions and the situations that cause them, and then the emotions that we feel as a result of them are really just breadcrumbs, as Carrie Dunlop pointed out today, and that show us the path to the programming that needs to be healed. So if I back us up just a little bit, and you're wondering what I'm talking about with programming, I need you to know that 95% of the decisions that you are making every day are actually on autopilot. They're coming from your subconscious. They're happening without you being aware of them. There's no possible way we could be using our prefrontal cortex for every decision that we're making. And so we need to be better aware of the programming that is at the basis of the decisions that our subconscious is making on our behalf. Because if we are feeling ourselves in a state of lack, we're not, charging the price that we need to charge, we're not making the money that we need to charge, we don't have a profit, we don't have savings, we don't have investments, whatever those things are, if we're financially fragile, and COVID has definitely uncovered a lot of that for us. COVID didn't cause our fragility, it exposed it. You've heard me say that over and over again. It's important for us to better understand where these decisions are coming from. So there's three spaces specifically. It's developmental programming, right? That happens from 0 to 10, 0 to 12. I have a fog in my throat. Then we've got what's called inherited programming, and this goes back 3 generations, and the emotional environment that our grandmother, our maternal grandmother felt. I'm not getting into all of this evening. You can see it in the recording with Carrie, and this is a lot of the work that I do. I'm just framing this for you. And then the third piece, which was the call today, is a big piece of that is what we call the break in the bond with the mother, or it's that early environment that we are in with our mother primarily. So I'm sharing all of this with you so that you understand the framework of the call today and what I'm about to share with you right now, because I usually, I try to get these in 5 minutes. So I want to share with you again the emotional trigger. So when we hear things, when we see things, even if it's a movie and we don't feel like this is our particular story, but we're watching this movie, the sun's coming out, we're watching this movie and we are getting triggered in this movie. When you get emotionally charged, I need you to be aware that, again, it's not the movie and it's not the situation. It's basically just showing you what is embedded in that programming. So here's a little tip for you. Is one of the things that I oftentimes recommend when I'm working with a client is to take a piece of paper or a journal, and you actually put 2 lines, so you've got 3 columns. And in one column, you talk about the situation or the words that are being used, the trigger, I call it. In the next column, you actually put the emotion that you feel, right, as a result of being triggered, whatever that was. And then we've got the third column, and the third column is for the why, for us to be able to explore that. And that doesn't need to happen in the moment. that can come in time. But it's important to explore it. So what usually happens is somebody feels something, right? Something, or sorry, there's a trigger, there's a movie, whatever it is, and we get emotionally triggered, and then we feel something. Sometimes we let it come up, but even, you know, when you think about the movies, right, we're embarrassed with the tears, right? Even when it's not our story, we're embarrassed to cry, and the lights come on, everyone's like, um, so oftentimes we don't let that come up. We repress it, we stuff it down. And then if we do let it come up, how many people actually go the other step and now actually explore why you were feeling that? Where did the tears come from? Where did the anger come from? Where did the frustration come from? We leave it so surface. We leave it right here where we don't process it, and it just stays embedded, right? So it comes up over and over and over again, and we keep repeating patterns because we don't process. So that was really what I wanted to get in here and talk about today, because when we're emotionally triggered, if we walk through that and we follow those breadcrumbs, we will find the programming that needs to come up, that we need to be aware of. And we don't always need to fix it. We don't need to heal it. We need to bring it up so we can see it. And then when we start processing it, in many cases, we start to realize that it's not ours to own, because it belongs to a different story, a different legacy, and that we get to choose differently going forward. So all of this really just came about because of some very precious words that Carrie put out in a text to me. And you know, I have been doing this work for the last 5 years. I've been on my own personal journey figuring this stuff out. A lot of therapists, a lot of couches, a lot of conversations. And there was just something in these words. I'm not gonna get into this too much, but I do want to share these words with you. And so she says here, a baby's wealth is the mom's emotional attunement. How we receive her love is the blueprint for how we receive abundance and wealth. If her focus and attunement is consistent, then the baby feels ecstatic and wealthy. When her love and attention is unpredictable or disengaged, a child can experience a form of emotional bankruptcy. And so if you know me, you know my story, and you know my bankruptcy in 2009. And out of all the work that I have done, this one really landed with me today. And so I'm sharing this with you because, again, I want you to know that we never arrive. We never get it all figured out. We never get all the answers. When we do, we're usually on, we're about to pass. That's usually when that happens. So I'm so grateful for this message because it landed with me today. And I am now going to process my why. Why did I get emotionally charged on that? After I've been doing tons of work, and now I can feel emotions coming up. So I'm going to go to my journal and write in my column, get my whys done. And I thank you for watching this. And that is my aha moment. You follow those breadcrumbs when you get emotionally triggered. Don't suppress them. Follow them through so you can see the program, put it to rest, let it go, and choose a whole new path. All right, my friends, thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.